The socks for today are my Annie socks. These are from the book Op Art by Stephanie van der Linde. And I will link the book below because this is a book with socks in optical illusions and it's really fun. So go check it out. I used Walmet Verve Sock Basis 4-ply. I started these on June 23rd, 2017 and I finished them on July 15th. Good morning. It's December 11th. It is 10:18 and I'm not sure if I will be able to finish the entire vlog because I'm expecting a friend. But if she arrives, I will just pause for a while and pick it back up once I have the opportunity. So today I have this tea in my calendar, Inner Harmony, and this pretty color of green. So beautiful. And of course we have something to think about today. When life gives you lemons, cast on a new project. Yes, when life gives you lemons, cast on a new project. It won't solve your problems, but it will probably bring you peace and take your mind off of your worries. So, yeah, that's something to think about today. I have been knitting yesterday on Mijn Warme Wol hobby. This is a cowl that my sister designed for me for my birthday as a surprise. You start with a provisional cast on and then you knit and then you Kitchener the cowl together because you don't put this over your head, but you will wear it like this. So yesterday I've been knitting on this and here is my stitch marker. So I did a fair amount of rounds. Here's my beginning of round marker. This is my donut. This pattern is spread out over 3 charts. So in Knit Companion, I loaded all 3 of the charts and I have a chart called Donut, I have a chart called Llama and a chart called Magic Wand because those are the stitch markers that are in this project. So, and then in the middle of the chart, I have just a tiny ring on my cable to help me navigate. And because it's very important to know where in the world you are in your knitting charts. The floats are all fairly small. There are a few moments that you have floats over 5 or 7 stitches. I think 7 is the maximum. But then I catch my yarn like once or twice. It's not that important because in the end the floats will all be on the inside and never to be seen again. So I don't have to worry about longer loops. So that's nice. I will move the stitch marker up now. I don't know if I will knit on this today, but when I show it again, I can show you how much I did. I've also been knitting on my No Frills cardigan yesterday. I took it out to show the way I purl my stitches to one of the knitters who was interested. And but in the end I kept knitting on it for quite some time. This is where I was the last time you saw it. So this is what I knitted yesterday. And it's growing and growing, so I spun this yarn myself, and but I did follow kind of a plan. I wanted to have this cool barber look in many places, and that one color would kind of fade into the other color. And but I did not, I was not exact. I did not weigh anything. I just grabbed a new piece of fiber, spun it, grabbed another piece and spun it. And in the end, I twined it together. So, but I like what it's doing in this cardigan. And this cardigan grows 8 stitches every other round, and every so many rounds it grows 10 stitches. So of course the stripes will get smaller if I spun it that way. We will see. I love how the colors work together, so I'm very happy with what is happening here. So that is my no frills cardigan. Then my favorite of today, I was thinking about patterns that I knitted more than once. Usually, if I finish a pattern, I'm like, oh wow, this is such a cool pattern, I'm definitely going to knit it again. But that hardly ever happens. I have said it in many sock projects. I do knit plain vanilla socks, of course, and I think I did Vanilla is the New Black like 3 times or something. There is a sock called Safe Harbor. I knit that twice. I have no clue where my first pair went. I probably gifted it to someone. And the second pair I knit for a friend of my mum's. But there are so many beautiful patterns. So life is too short to knit patterns more than once, right? But there are some patterns that I did knit more than once. And I went to check it out on my Ravelry. And for example, The Exploration Station by Stephen West. I knit that 4 times, all in different colorways. I knit one of them for myself. I knit one for a neighbor who is also a close friend. They moved to another city, but we see each other several times a year because we love to spend time with each other. I knit one for someone who is in the complementary field, and she was going to give me some treatment, but she wanted to have a dotted race so much, so I knitted her a scarf, and we swapped. We did not. She did not send me the bill or something, and the neighbor where I knitted the second exploration station for, she suggested that I should, if I could maybe knit another one for another neighbor who was very ill, and she helped me to pick out the colors, and I knitted a shawl for that neighbor as well. She's no longer with us, but she wore it with so much joy. The Exploration Station is a very, very nice shawl to knit. Well, otherwise I would not have knitted it 4 times. I also knitted the Dotted Race Speckled Fade more than once. Actually, I knitted 3 times. The first one in leftovers for myself. I used up some handspun and I used up several colors that I just had in stash. The second one I knitted in handspun Falkland yarn, and I did not have very much, so I could not do the chevron border. But once it was finished, I gave it to my elderly neighbor for one of her granddaughters. And the last one I knitted for the friend that will arrive shortly. And she was helping me out at a fair earlier this year, and I wanted to give her something. So I asked, can I knit you something again maybe? I've knitted her several pairs of socks. And she said, well, I would really love another dotted race. And she was wearing a sample when she was helping out. And she said, oh, I would really like it in this color, in these colors. So we picked out colors, but the sample knitted was knitted by my sister. And my sister suggested that I should just give my friend my sample, because it is made in yarn that I no longer have for sale. So, and the point is, if you have a sample in a certain kind of color, people visit your booth and they say, oh, I love that shawl and I want it in those colors. And I don't have them anymore. So my sister suggested to just gift her my sample. So I have it here in some beautiful wrapping paper, recycled. I got a present 2 weeks ago in this wrapping paper. And so I'm going to gift her my sample dotted race speckled fade. Okay, a bit of a shorter one today. Well, the English ones are a little shorter every day, but I hope you enjoy them. But I'm curious to know, do you have a pattern that you have knitted more than once? I'm very curious to see how many ranunculus I will knit, because I think everyone who knitted a ranunculus knitted more than one. So I'm curious to know. Let me know down in the comments if there is a pattern that is really your go-to, or that you enjoyed knitting so much that you just wanted to knit another and another and another. That way we can learn from each other. And also let me know what you think about If Life Gives You Lemons, cast on another project. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed today, and I hope to see you again tomorrow.